Yeah. So this is the theorem in class 10 real numbers chapter. So it says prove that pi plus root 3 is an irrational number. It is previous year asked question. I mean it's a PYQ question. In 2026 in SSLC or 10th standard examination they asked this question for 2 marks. Okay. So now we'll explain what is proof. We have to prove this pi plus root 3 as an irrational number. Okay. First what we will do, we will assume this as rational. We will write a statement that is contrary to this statement. Contrary means telling the same thing in opposite way, in reverse way, like arguing. Okay. So telling these statements in opposite or reverse way means what? Instead of irrational, we will say opposite, that is rational number. Like that we will start. In the beginning we will write a contrary statement. Contrary means opposite statement. Like this is irrational number. We will say like that. Then we will proceed and finally we will prove no, this is not rational, this is irrational. Okay. So proof, in the proof, the first you have to state a contrary statement. First we have to assume this as a rational number, not irrational, rational number. So we will assume in reverse direction, opposite way. So I will write this statement. Let us assume to the contrary that pi plus root 3 is rational. First we have to assume this pi plus root 3 is rational. Contrary means opposite. So we have to prove this as irrational. So opposite or in the reverse way. In opposite way telling the same thing means instead of saying irrational we will say irrational. Okay. So with this statement we will start the proof. So in the beginning we have to write this sentence. That means instead of irrational we will assume this as rational. So this statement you have to write. Next, so we assumed this as rational, right? So rational means this 5 plus root 3 can be written as a by b. Okay. Therefore, you have to write like this, three dots like this. This means therefore 5 plus root 3 is equal to a by b. And you have to mention what are this a and b. A and B are co-primes. Co-primes and B is not equal to 0. Okay. So when this is rational, so when this pi plus root 3 is rational, that means pi plus root 3 can be written like this a by b, and this a and b should be co-primes. Co-primes means if you take any two numbers, the common factor is only 1. For example, I will tell this co-prime meaning with example. For example, I will take 2 and 3. So 2 can be written as, you write 2 as product of prime factors. So 2 into 1 we can write. Now common factor. Next 3 I can write 3 into 1. So in both this and this, which is common? Here 2 is there, but here no 2. Here 1 is there, here 1 is there. So 1, 1. The common factor. Common factor of this 2 and 3 is only 1. Okay? When two numbers have common factor only 1, then these two numbers are co-primes. Okay? Co-primes means common factor of those two numbers will be 1 only. Okay? That time these two are called co-primes. That is the meaning. And one more condition, b is not equal to 0. This b should not be equal to 0. Why I have written this? Because we assumed this pi plus root 3 as irrational. Rational means this entire thing will apply. Rational number will be in the a by b form. A and b are co-primes and b is not equal to 0. So this entire thing tells rational. So since this is rational, we are assuming, so definitely pi plus root 3 is equal to a by b. And these are the conditions. Okay, this you have to write after this statement. Okay. So till here if you write, so till here you will get half mark 1 by 2. Half mark you will get till here. Next, using this we have to find the root 3. What is root 3 like that? In the next step, write this root 3 is equal to, we want root 3, we don't want this 5, we will move this 5 to this side. This side means after equal sign. So before moving, write this a by b. When 5 is moved this side, here nothing is there means plus is there. Plus 5. Plus, when plus 5 is moved this side, this plus 5 becomes minus 5. Okay. So in the next step, write root 3 is equal to, here this I will use for rough work. Now we have to simplify this. See here just 5 means here nothing, 1 is there. Here 1 is there. This is numerator, this is denominator, this is numerator, this is denominator. So in the next step we have to simplify this. So consider the denominators. B and 1 are the denominators. Find the LCM of denominators. So remember, this is a number, this is a variable. B is the variable. Letter will be variable. When one is number, another one is variable, LCM will be multiplication of this number and this variable. That means 1 into b is equal to b only. So this b I will write here. You have to put b. This b you have to write here, you have to put it here. And if you divide this b by this b, you will get 1. So b by b is equal to 1. Multiply this 1 with a. When 1 is multiplied with a, what you will get? 1 into a will be a only. Minus you keep as it is. Next step, divide this b by this 1. So b by 1 will be b only. Multiply this b with this 5, this numerator 5. So 5 into b, 5b. Okay. So we got root 3 is equal to a minus 5b by b. Okay. So for this you will get half mark. Now what does it means? Root 3 is equal to a minus 5b. Remember, since a and b are co-primes, so a minus pi b by b tells us it is rational number only. Okay. A and b are co-primes and a and b are integers also. Integers also, that you remember. So when a and b are coprimes or a and b are integers, so a minus pi b is an integer, b also integer. When this and this are integers and this denominator b is not equal to 0, because we already told b is not equal to 0. So this is rational number. This a minus pi b by b is a rational number because a minus pi b is an integer, b also integer, and b is not equal to 0. So that's why root 3 is irrational. So root 3 is equal to a minus pi b by b is rational number. So we have to write here. This implies root 3 is rational number. Okay. So I will write here, I will erase this part. So any previous content if you want to see, you can move the video backward. Okay. So we got root 3 is rational number. Correct. This shows root 3 is rational number, but actually root 3 is irrational number. Correct. In general, everybody knows root 3 is irrational number. Correct. It is saying root 3 is rational. The true fact is that root 3 is irrational number. Okay. But we are getting rational number. At the same time, root 3 cannot be both rational and irrational. Any one is possible. Any one is possible. Either root 3 is rational or root 3 is irrational. Any one. It cannot be both. Root 3 cannot be both rational and irrational. Okay? Any one is possible. Correct one is root 3 is irrational. That means what? So whatever we got, it is wrong. So you have to write next statement. But this means this statement. This contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. So contradict means opposite. It's like opposite meaning. So this contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. That means, so actually root 3 is irrational, but this contradicts. That means opposite. This is saying in opposite way, right? Instead of as root 3 is irrational, this is correct, but this is saying as root 3 is the rational number. Instead of saying irrational, it is saying rational. So that is, it is telling in opposite way. Okay, this statement is telling in opposite way. Opposite to what? Opposite to this. Root 3 is irrational is correct, but this is telling in opposite to this. Instead of irrational, it is saying rational. So that is the meaning of this sentence. But this contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. Okay. Why we got this wrong? Because we assumed. Why we got this? Because we assume in the beginning we assumed that pi plus root 3 is rational. So that is a wrong assumption. In the beginning we assumed pi plus root 3 is rational. So we got root 3 is rational number. So that means our assumption is wrong. In the beginning we assumed pi plus root 3 as rational. So we got root 3 is rational number. which is actually wrong because root 3 is actually irrational. We got this wrong because we assumed in the beginning wrong. In the beginning, we assumption we made right, pi plus root 3 is irrational and all, that is wrong. Since that assumption is wrong, we got this wrong. So that statement you have to write here. This contradiction we got because of our wrong assumption. Okay, contradiction means adhe contradict means like opposite or reverse. Instead of root 3 is irrational, we got rational, that means contradiction, opposite way we got. So why we got because our wrong assumption. In the beginning we assumed wrongly as pi plus root 3 as rational. So that assumption is wrong. Because of that wrong assumption we got this wrong statement. So that's what I am telling here. This contradiction we got because our assumption was our wrong assumption. What is that wrong assumption? In the beginning we said pi plus root 3 is rational. So because of all these things you have to write one more statement. Therefore pi plus root 3 is irrational number. Okay, so we finally proved that pi plus root 3 is irrational number. In the beginning we assumed pi plus root 3 as a rational number, so we got, because of that as a wrong assumption, we got this wrong statement as root 3 is rational number. Root 3 is not rational number, that is irrational number. We got this wrong statement because we assumed pi plus root 3 as rational number in the beginning. So because of this we can say that pi plus root 3 is not rational, it is irrational. So pi plus root 3 is irrational number. So we proved that. What is the statement? Prove that pi plus root 3 is irrational number. Okay, so finally we proved it. Same thing we proved here. See, pi plus root 3 is irrational number. So that's all. So we proved this theorem by using all these steps and all. Okay, just now we saw how we proved that. I hope you understood how I explain. You understood my explanation or how I proved. Okay, so that's all about this theorem. And this is for 2 marks they will ask in the exam. Hey, thank you. Subscribe.